Welcome to the Molden Hour.
This is Björn Lundberg. Welcome to Threefold Talk.
Oh, wrong music. There we go. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Wait, what was that music?
That was the Expanse music, but we're not playing
Oh.
it yet. Yeah.
Oh, we're not expansing yet. That's right.
We're not
Not
expanding
expansing
yet. Can we just take a moment to? Can I say the thing about Bjorn's post?
Oh.
I mean, we're not super political here, but I just thought it was very entertaining.
Oh, it was bloody brilliant. What it was. So, is it like an Instagram post or was it an Instagram story?
Yeah, it's an Instagram. So if you hello everyone, welcome to Threefold Talk Expanse edition. I am Melindhra, your first time reader watcher, and there's Rob, and there's Leigh-A, and
I'm the first time reader and non-watcher as well. So
we're supposed to introduce ourselves for all the new people who are organically finding us from our brilliant Expanse content, but we are also huge Wheel of Time fans.
Massive
And so Bjorn Landberg, who played Ruark in the Wheel of Time show, has this sleepy time podcast called Bed on the Beach or Bed on Beach.
Bed on the Beach, I believe.
Bed on the Beach. Anyway, so yes, his Instagram, the very top post in his Instagram.
I'm gonna play it.
His new Bed on the Beach adventure you can listen to.
Nope.
Are you having trouble sleeping at night? You gotta relax, man. Why don't you listen to my newest episode? I think you are gonna like it. Greenland, the return of the sun.
He had posted earlier in the week about like Greenland, because the concept of his podcast is a 15-minute vlog essentially of him talking through his experience in insert city here. I personally don't find it very sleepful because I'm just like, oh my god, his voice is so sexy, and now I'm awake. It kind of has the opposite effect for me, but it is very calming and soothing, I will say. So if I need like a little bit of a calm down, but when he posted earlier in the week that his next one was going to be about Greenland, my brain immediately jumped to insert political jokes here. Just started laughing, and then he made that post, and I was just like, oh. He read my mind, and also this is so cool, and also just like, oh my god, holy shit.
Literally, I just posted, do you mean Iceland? Ha 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 ha.
He's so great.
Anyway, I was very entertained about our buddy Bjorn, who some very special people are going to get to meet in
September.
Like 197 days.
In 197 days.
Yeah.
These beautiful things that I've done. Things that I've done. These beautiful things that I've done. Things that I've done. These beautiful things that I've done.
This is a very
Here's
fun
the
reel
niece
for me.
with her fan. Definitely need a fan after that one.
He's just a cool guy. So yeah, you should come to MalkieriCon. If you've never been, it's a wonderful experience. It's also our last time in our current iteration in Prague. Doesn't mean we'll never go back to Prague. If Wheel of Time were picked up and recorded, filmed again, like in Prague, we'd be like, well, we'd just go straight back to Prague then, obviously. But we're going to explore some other European cities, take you around all that it has to offer. And you should definitely come for that. But you should come and enjoy our last time in Prague. There's lots of people planning trips around filming locations. So you can go to the Two Rivers. It's not there, but you can go to where it was. You can go to the gorge where a Tuan's Mill is. You can go to where the Dark Friends Social was, like outside that was filmed.
Gorgeous.
It is.
You should definitely join Rob's Discord channel, the Malkier Talks Discord channel, because in the MalkieriCon channel in the channel, there's been
The channel and the server.
in the server. Thank you. Words. There's been some hilarious discussion. So apparently, like, it's either me or Sulan are gonna play Landfear, and we're gonna do the whole blooding scene. It's like, I've actually been trying to figure out how logistically to do that and not get the police called on us because somebody looks like they're getting murdered.
We just stick up a sign, be like, "This is for where YouTubers filming a reel," and they'll be like, stupid social media people. Amaze! Our other Expanse expert has arrived. Hello, how you doing?
Here I am. Sorry for being tardy.
You're fine. You're looking fabulous.
Spank me.
Okay.
I mean, we're just talking about Bjorn, so I feel like it's that kind of show. Apparently, it's like it's the leftover from last week, isn't it, Mel? That's what I reckon it is. All the Miller appreciation is just it's held over from last week. Why do we think that is, Mel? What about last week made that holdover?
I mean, well, Miller, like, he went deep, right?
He did.
He penetrated a hole. And we don't use that word lightly here. It was a really small hole, but he really appreciated that hole. And we just appreciated how much Miller appreciated small holes.
In fact, I have some evidence. I have done some sleuthing and acquired some evidence of that appreciation.
Oh my god. With that. Holy fuck.
Yes, folks, this is our Spuds creation this week. It's even come with text this time. Judy Mal's hole was not the smallest hole Miller had ever been in, but it was a clean hole, and he gave her points for that. So, yeah.
Yes.
It's an impressive piece of work. Yes, the Miller Time beer is a great touch. So,
thank you, Spuds.
Yes, thank you so much, Spuds. I wasn't sure how we were going to work that into conversation this week, but
just organically happened. I was going to bring it up because someone made a curse about anuses. So in the chapters we read, I was just like, well, that would be a good time.
That's true. Before we do that, why don't we? There's been, a few bits of things happening here or there. So why don't we go and visit Michael and Kate very quickly?
Yeah.
And I'll give you the Daily Veil, and then we will get into Expansing.
Brothers and sisters,
it is time to cover up your face,
for the Wheel of Time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
Take it away with the news, Leigh-A.
All right. So it's a shortish week news-wise, but it's actually a very uplifting, very, very quick set of news. So for anybody who cares about Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, they are making yet another movie. But that being said, Mr.
What a shame.
Bingley, which is one of the main male leads, has been cast, announced this week. None other than our Aram, Daryl McCormick. So, which I think is going to be amazing. Bingley is one of the main love interests for the main character's sister, and there's a lot of drama. But he's just this over. For those of you who've never read Pride and Prejudice, first of all, read it. But then, he is just one of those super nice, over optimistic, nothing can go wrong, very kind people, and. What are you guys doing?
I put a comment in chat. I noticed how it was just Mel and I wearing the shirts this week, and then Mel went like that. So I was like, well, I got to do that too. So I was like, there you go.
I didn't get the memo.
Oh, that's fine.
So Aram is Mr. Bingley, which is cool. And then another piece of fun.
Think about him as Mr. Bingley. Are you? I mean, you didn't seem really into Pride and Prejudice with your.
I love Pride and Prejudice, but they've just had 6 editions that have come out of the movie.
There has been a lot of Pride and Prejudice,
not including.
I mean, each with Emma Watson, so was Emma Watson in one, or was that?
No, there was Keira Knightley.
She was in Little Women.
That's when Little Women peaked.
There was a Keira Knightley version that people really liked, and then there was also the BBC version.
The BBC version tops,
which is an episodic
6-hour version.
Six 1 hour runs. So they were able to get a little bit more content in. So usually those two are the ones that are held up as the most popular. There was all Pride and Prejudice Zombies, which was fucking hilarious. There's a book.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah,
I love
it. About that. I did.
Based off of a book, which also enjoy. It was just there's a lot of commentary in the movie industry today that there's a lot of remakes and.
Yeah. I mean, but redoing Pride and Prejudice is almost like redoing Christmas Carol. It's like every actor has to have a concept.
Yeah. By the time you get a certain number of years into your career, it's like, do you have an Austen
Have you done
novel?
Have you done it? Have you
done Austen? Have you done Dickens? Yeah. Have you done? Exactly. So
So, anyways, how
else you get that horseback riding lesson?
My eye roll wasn't for the casting; it was for the yet another Pride and Prejudice. So,
got it. I hear you.
All right, noted.
No, I think he'd actually be very good because, again, like I was saying, Bingley is just this very positive, uplifting person, and I feel like if anybody's going to play that, that's one of our Tuathalan. So,
all right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So. Anyways, next piece of news. I can switch to the tab. Dr. Livingston, our very own Dr. Livingston, we announced several months ago that he was releasing a new historical book called Bloody Crowns or 200 Years War, depends on
200 Years War is a better title.
Whether you're in the US or over in the UK. Depends on the title, but just got reviewed in the Wall Street Journal, which is a big deal, especially for a historical book. So hopefully that gets, Bloody Crown / 200 Years War out there, get a little bit more notoriety.
Yeah.
Get him a little bit more moolah, so maybe he can come to MalkieriCon.
It's a teaching thing, so. It's just how it goes. But yes, it's I'm happy for him. It's a big deal. The Wall Street Journal is not a small thing, so kudos to him. If you like Michael Livingston and you have been reading the Storm, or what was the first one called? Seaborn? The Seaborn series?
Yeah, Rob, they're yours.
Yes, the Seaborn series. Then you will be familiar with the live stream that we did with Michael for Seaborn, and then
Storm.
Storm. Windborn. Storm. No, Storm. Iceborn. There we go.
Wow. Rob, you and I are there. We're so close. We're so close.
One of the Borns. No, that's a movie series, but you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Well, next Saturday on the 28th, we have our final one for Stormborn. I know I got that one right.
Stormborn's the book, but the conclusion of the Seaborn trilogy.
Yes, this is the conclusion of the Seaborn trilogy, finishing with the third book, which is called Stormborn. So come join us for that, which will be here on the Malkier Talks channel. We are going to be kicking that off on Saturday 28th. Watch out for the posts, because I think... am I 3 p.m. Eastern? I think is the time.
2 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
2 p.m. Eastern. There we go. 2 p.m. Eastern. I knew I was close.
Mm-hmm.
But myself and Leigh-A will be there, along with a few other wonderful experts, and Michael, Dr. Livingston. And yeah, we'll get to quiz him on the final of the series. I just got to the part where the creatures turned up. Those of you that have read that far in the book or have read the whole book will know who I mean, what I mean has just turned up.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yes. Yeah, a creature turned up. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. So yeah. When did Hot Light Cap did?
So Rob, Mel, for people who aren't familiar, where can they find information about this book club?
You need to go to the Living Stands Discord server. So if you search for the Living Stands on BlueSky and other social media such as that, you will. That is the secret fourth book in the series. You're right there, Luce Jr. Beardborn. Yes, if you go to BlueSky, you'll find the Living Stands. Just search that. It'll pop up, and there will be a link to the Discord server they have there. You can join the book club, and there's discussion threads and things for all the books and different chapters and things that are coming up with Michael. So yeah, you can just go and be one of the fans. Living Stands. And as Mel has just popped in, there is also a website you can go to. Thank you, Mel, for reminding me.
Very easy. Just a website. It's Living Stands.
I forget the website exists. I go to social media. I'm like, wait, I just click on BlueSky, you know. So, but yeah, they have a website. Just go to the website. Ignore what I said and go to the website.
Next week, we'll also be announcing now that we're done with the Seaborn trilogy. I think I got that right. We'll also be announcing what the next iteration of Living Stand fandom stuff we're going to be doing. So,
awesome.
Because it's not over. It's not
more books I gotta read.
There's so much Living Stands. You can just Living Stand. It can be a stand for life.
So much Living Stands.
All right.
So much to stand. I stand.
We stand being a Living Stand. We stand.
All right. So, and then I think our final piece of news is just kind of a funsy. We're doing a pre-palette cleanser. Our fab.
This is Abrock cleanser.
Romance, yes, Abrock. Our fab IRL romance that has come out of the Wheel of Time is, of course, Priyanka and Taylor. They were besties on the show and they're besties in real life, and they just vacation together. And both of them have been posting prolifically from their Instagram accounts. Where are they? Rob, do you remember? Or Mel? Tropical, somewhere with the beach.
I can't remember. No, I just remember looking and being like, "God damn, I'm jealous of the beach." But I'm jealous of them for being on said beach. You know, like this just looks like a wonderful getaway.
But is there a bed on the beach?
But there's sand. That's enough for me. So
table on the beach.
There's a table on the beach.
No Taylor.
I don't think it's in. Oh my god, I've missed this one. I didn't get this far. That is amazing. That needs to be his profile picture on social media. Just full stop.
Wow.
That is.
I love it.
That's a post. That's hilarious.
I love it.
Those smiles.
They're so
amazing. But yeah, it's so cute the way they are. So there's your ab rock cleanser for you, everybody. So we need to make a beach on the snack shot. Slot on the show. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
that does sound like fun. Sand everywhere.
Oh,
All right.
I would love a Meg version of Snacks on the Beach.
Snacks on the beach. Okay. I will challenge Meg to make Snacks on the Beach as a shot. She's currently doing a Forsaken series.
Love it.
We just had Cimarog's Painkiller.
Well, Rob, tell us about this week's episode of Three Wheeling, because that was very interesting.
Oh, so on this week's episode of Three Wheeling, which came out yesterday, July. Oh my God! Excuse me.
Whatever month it is.
Whatever month it is, February 18th. Gosh.
Okay, good job. Good job.
If you're listening back later or watching back later, because we are a podcast as well as a live show on YouTube, then on the podcast this week, Meg, Jen, and I, we decided to discuss a movie called Iron Lung. Now, the reason we discussed this, and it was Leigh-A's suggestion, actually, so thank you, Leigh-A. We had come across this, but we hadn't thought about doing it as a topic, and Leigh-A was like, I want to hear what you guys think of this. The reason this was an interesting topic to talk about was because this was a self-funded fan film about a game that a YouTuber raised the funds for to turn into a legitimate movie that he released in the cinemas in America and then worldwide, and on a budget of $3 million, I think is currently made somewhere in the high 40s of millions of dollars.
Wow.
Which is just ridiculous return on investment. You know, if you make triple your budget on a movie, you have been insanely successful. So to make like 1,000% profit or something bizarre like that, or whatever it is at this stage, is insanity.
Well, and for better for worse, because of when it released, so like it's this time of year is usually pretty slow movie wise because it's award season, so it's too early for people to remember. So typically not the best movies come out around this time of year.
Right.
But so it actually made the charts on like it wasn't number one, but it beat the Melania movie, like, hands down. So
I think I've got a video of paint drying somewhere that's better than that.
That is not a criteria.
No, but it was just hilarious. Like such a low budget movie versus such a high budget movie. Anyways,
so we discussed that because it is a fan made project. And though, if you listen to the episode, obviously we described it as a perfect storm of a situation that created what happened, and then we think the success that came, that at least kickstarted the movement of people enjoying it and all that sort of stuff. But it was just a really interesting sort of concept for getting, something as a fan production put together and actually put out as a legitimate production. So, if you're interested in hearing about that, go to your podcast app of choice and you'll be able to listen to search for Three Wheeling and you'll be able to listen to us. And, if you want to listen to the rest of the episodes, I won't judge you for that. I might even love you for that. So. Yeah. Anyway.
Was there any more news?
I don't think there was anything else.
Okay, cool.
So, should we get on to this?
Yes.
Firstly, welcome back, Amis.
Yay!
The tech devils have got you this week, bless them.
Man.
I
think Placentamon is after me because...
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Placentamon!
3 week!
Not Placentamon!
Here I come to have your day. Placentamon is on the way. Placentamon.
That's right. That one.
Yeah. There we go.
Finish your story before you were so levelly interrupted.
Yes, so wonderfully interrupted. Yes.
Tech issues, It's just all it is. My
Aw.
Wi-Fi router is right there. It just does not like this one wall between us.
It's got separation anxiety.
It does. I have separation anxiety from you all.
Oh,
I was so sad when I couldn't come back on.
We were sad too. We were
I
like, we need
texted
you.
you.
We need you.
I
Yeah.
I know. I texted you back. I was like, sorry.
Please, we need you. We need you because you're one of our experts as we deep dive into the Expanse.
And you're so much
like
better
it.
at asking questions because I just get so like I don't know what to say. So mostly it's just me. Most of the show is me making faces.
It's a
Yeah.
team. It's a team effort.
To be fair, I listened to Amis, but I watched Leigh-A.
It's a good plan.
Same.
That's probably a good plan.
Same.
Because Amis, I love you, Leigh-A, but Amis has a better poker face. So
She does.
Oh,
You know, I've slid some questions in that you don't even know how they may affect you. You know, even books later from now.
What?
oh, there's been a couple of questions where she's asked where I have kept a good poker face.
Mel, come up here. All right,
Hello.
we need to. They're getting shit past us. Okay, we need to get better at this. Okay, yeah.
We need to get better at what? We're excellent already.
Okay, well, we need to be like double excellent. Okay.
Double excellent.
We're hearing
Double
the
excellent.
secrets of the first-time readers.
Okay, so you watch Amis's face and I'll watch Leah's face. And then at the same time, and then we'll shout out what their faces are doing. And then we'll
I love
compare.
it. Gotcha. Right. So sorry about that. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. And just a reminder,
A reminder.
really quick reminder. Sorry, no spoilers after the chapters that we're reading today, and no show spoilers at all, please.
Yes.
In chat. Thank you very much.
Chapters 9 and 10. For a change of pace, there are a Holden and a Miller chapter.
Yes. Sorry. Go
So-
on.
Yeah.
And
forgot
just
about
a
this
reminder, if I will be monitoring chat, and if I see something that, like, because I know it's confusing sometimes, people are reading ahead, people just get excited. We're starting to get to the point where we're crossing over with some of the short stories. So if I see things that are, again, it's people just, it's so hard. Like you guys have seen on the show. Sometimes I'm like texting me, something like, "Can I see this?" Because I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. So even like Amis and I are actively checking each other on whether things are spoilery, but I'll just go ahead and delete it. So don't feel bad if your comment gets deleted. It just means it was a little more spoilery than we like. So please don't take offense. But like, we love you guys and we appreciate all the feedback. But yeah, we're trying to preserve these two's innocence.
Yes.
Yes. And also,
yes, they're so innocent.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to Charlie, because Charlie is now chasing me to download these episodes as audio and upload them to the free podcast that you can get through Patreon without having to pay anything, because obviously you don't pay for here on YouTube. But if YouTube's not your podcast app of choice, there's that option for you. It links to Spotify. And Charlie's like, more, please, Rob, more. So clearly we're doing something right, because Charlie wants more. So let's give Charlie
We
more,
love you,
and with
Charlie.
you more right now.
More for Charlie.
Charlie, more.
I love
Let's
Charlie.
get into the Expanse.
Stop denying
My
Charlie.
wrongs. So, like, I'm perfectly happy to support
Charlie. Charlie, oh, she supports women's wrongs, right? I've
She
missed what you
supports
said.
my wrongs.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it. Innocent. All right, let's get into it.
In the world of threefold, stars replace the sun. Join the journey, take my hand, while hearts and minds expand.
I just want to curl up
realized-
in my crash couch and get comfy after I hear that.
I was gonna say the Belters would be very upset with the final image of that intro.
I wanted to work through the solar system. So, and
No,
because-
I follow your logic, but the
Yeah.
Belters would be like, of course.
of course. I am an Earther, okay? Of course. Look, maybe for season 2, I'll revamp the intro, so...
Ooh,
or book 2.
Will
Book
like have
2? Are we hearing some premonitions?
I don't know. I made a premonition this week. I should actually have my notes up. What notes I did manage to get around to making. Do apologize about that, folks. I will catch them up. But yeah, let's get going and chat about this.
Intro.
Oh,
either me or Rob.
I mean, I can do it if you like.
Whatever, I can do it.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna do it? You doing it?
I'll do it.
Just you're being judged in the background there, Leigh, so just saying.
I mean, I have 5 cats. I'm always being judged. Okay, so we open the Holden chapter with Holden and Naomi eating and having a conversation. And it's a couple days after the message, so we're going a little bit back in time from the previous Miller chapter, but it's still the post Holden making his blast announcement to the belt. So meanwhile, Naomi is doing her best exo where she's being like, hey, look, Shed is not okay. And he's like, fine, I'll go talk to Shed. Goes down and has a very interesting conversation with Shed that, we'll discuss. We'll discuss that because I'm sure we all have thoughts. And then Naomi comes in and is Holden's starting to get somewhere with the conversation. Naomi comes in and is like, hey, dude, we just got a really weird message. You need to come up here and listen to this. So I was a message from a new character alert, Fred Johnson. Who is one of the ringleaders of the OPA, in spite of the fact that he's an Earther. We got some interesting background on him. We got some more interesting information on the OPA. Also, Fred Johnson was offering them help and being like, dude, I don't know what your fucking situation is, but if you go to this Mars ship, you're probably going to get silenced. Also, here is this keyword, ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. That's not just something that comes up in normal conversation. So in your first sentence, if you're under duress, don't use the word ubiquitous, and we'll know that we're just going to tell you to fuck off for the rest of your life. And then message ends. There's a lot of discussion with the crew of the night at this point. And then they start drinking really bad tequila. So bad tequila exists hundreds of years from now.
There's no such thing as bad Uzquai, so I don't even know what this is like.
I mean, it's tequila, which is not Uzquai. So, it's okay. It's okay. They're allowed to have bad Uzquai or bad tequila. And have some interesting conversations about how they think things should go. And then we jump forward to the Miller chapter. So Miller starts with Captain Shadid. Captain Shadid is not yet dead, per Mel's stab list. And Shadid has told Miller that, you've got these conspiracy theories going on with this not actual case. Just go find this chick or pretend you're trying to find this rich girl and let her daddy know that we're trying. And that's all you have to do. And so that makes Miller a little grumpy. But he goes off and Havelock is being moody because he hasn't gone out on an actual case and really just wants to get back to doing good detective work. They do go to interview somebody who's been basically assaulted because of extortion. So that's a thing apparently on series. But they find out that the gang that used to extort them hasn't been there for a while and they were making profit, but now there's a new gang coming in who says that they're the OPA. Miller's like, okay, let me go investigate this because this is really weird. Yeah, Toquila, totally.
Oh, that's killed me, Toquila. I'm sorry, that's a comment in live chat if you're listening, man. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm sure Miller has some tequila. When he goes to an OPA bar, tells Havelock to go back and sorry, Earther, I'm gonna go to an OPA bar. I don't need your Eartherness getting in the way. A little bit of spacism going on. Goes to an OPA bar, meets a mysterious Puck pock-faced man, who they have a very interesting conversation. They start talking about this extortion ring, and then it kind of goes nowhere. The pock-faced man assures Miller that he and the OPA are not thugs, but also B, don't know anything about this new extortion ring going on. And then Miller's like, all right, well, let me also ask you about this other chick who has an OPA badge. And the pock-faced man is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know who this person is. And basically it's like, don't come back here. And walk away. Miller goes back to his small hole and mulls it over a little bit and starts imagining his ex-wife, but all of a sudden starts imagining Julie a little bit and starts talking to her. Next morning, talks to Havel's like, dude, you look hungover. And there's just a conversation that ensues there that wraps up. It summarizes what Miller went through the night before. And that's our chapters. Not very fast moving chapters, like didn't really move the plot along a lot, but we got a lot of interesting background information with regards to the OPA, a little bit more about our characters. So it was really more of a world building, character building set of 2 chapters, and I loved it.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'm done.
And we know that 4 beers and Miller's kind of drunk.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's a midweight, I would say, with the 4 beers there, you know. So I want to kick us off by saying I feel for Shed, but and I'm going to quote from my notes here. What notes I did manage to get done. Do apologize again. Quote here: I am curious about the slander Mel throws at him this week. So I feel for Shed. Mel, tell us why you don't.
Let's talk about Shed.
Okay, I have to say, at the beginning of this chapter, I was kind of excited because I was like, oh my God.
Shed
is going to have some things to say. And then I mean, we could talk about the not therapy session. And then I was even more excited because I was like, ooh, they're going to get drunk. And then we're finally going to get to know Shed. Like, we're going to get some Shed reveal. It's going to be, we're going to learn something about this character who's just sitting on the ship with all these other really interesting characters. And then what does Shed do? What does Shed do? What does he do, guys?
Shed gets frustrated that you can't cure syphilis hundreds of years after we've made it into space.
Yes. Yes.
He goes to bed, doesn't he? He doesn't drink. He goes to bed.
Yeah,
he drinks a little bit, but not quite as much as Amos.
Yes.
I love this. Is Mel going to shed tonight on Shed Talk? That's probably the best one so far tonight on Shed Talk.
I need to read the Shed moment.
I like
that
the
I was
banner
really
on top.
excited about it. I was just really excited about the Shed moment.
Yeah, Strickland
excitement. I don't remember.
They gave us the option to move the banner to the top or have it on the bottom, and also slow it down or speed it up. So I slowed it down. We've put it on the top, so we have comments on the bottom, banner on the top. Yeah. So.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Rob.
Shed was polite, sipping from a small cup of it and trying to hide his grimace each time.
So he's a wuss, is what we're hearing.
So it is tequila.
I don't care if it's tequila. It's free booze on a ship where they don't know what the hell's going to happen in 2 days. Drink the tequila.
Well, okay.
Even the authors think that anything that Shed does has to be off screen.
Well, let's go.
Like they were just like, do you want to all sit around and cry? And he's like, yes. And then all he does is grimace at tequila.
I also feel like we're jumping a pivotal conversation, like to get to that point, which is Naomi being like, Shed's not okay. And then the conversation where, because I feel like that conversation that Holden has with Shed,
like Alex,
all of this in context.
Yeah, Holden and Alex are ex-Navy. Amos is being kept busy, and obviously, like he is, he's had 2 ships go out from him already. He's kind of like three. He's experienced with it. Naomi's kind of keeping everybody in one piece. Shed has nothing to do, no one to look after, no experience with anything like this. You know, Shed is the
But
Shed
he
is
has,
giving the
he has cream to look after. He has to look
he,
after the
he has
cream.
cream to remove genital warts.
He knows how to stock his inventory.
Yes,
Okay.
and
Or
he's
he
pissed off that it wasn't stocked properly. So.
Clearly doesn't.
I also
Because
see
he's
this.
a medic who has not. He has gone on a ship that is for a rescue mission, and he has not checked the med bay for
He said
appropriate.
he's not a medic. He's only a tech. So who knows?
He's
if
not a
even
doctor.
his-
He's only a tech. But you
Yeah.
know who stocks the med bays? The techs, not
Probably
the
him.
doctors.
He doesn't say that, but we
Well,
don't know.
I have a similar point about how
So he just now checked the med bay for this.
He's not a very good med tech.
He got on the ship for a rescue mission, and he's just now being like, shit, we could have really used this on the kid. I didn't even know this was here.
Well, which is that is 100% a valid point. Like, I was definitely in my head. I'm like, also, you've had how many months where you should like have checked the inventory on everything,
Everywhere.
everywhere, on
The
all the
techs
possible.
do that. That's the tech's job.
Yes. So yes, that is 100% a valid point. But what I want to bring up is this is the hyper focus of somebody who's on the verge of an emotional break.
I mean, I know. I mean, I joke, and I know that, and I do give
He's
you
still
all
useless.
credit for what you said last week. That clearly Shed is not okay. You were hinting, and other people observed it. I will give you credit for that. However,
begrudgingly, she says.
however, he was clearly not even okay when he got on the ship because he didn't even check.
Well, you see, this
That
is
ship.
really not a ship that was properly provisioned anyway, because you know this is a ship that is not catered for the amount of people they send out on it. Okay, this is not.
It's a short term. I mean,
They
it's
went
got
for
enough
hours.
seats. It's got the
They went
seats.
for hours, Mel.
Yeah.
They went for hours. This is not like a little rib boat going from one ship to another ship type thing, like across the shore. This is like sailing for 4 or 5 hours away.
Yeah, and
You know,
they're still,
why is that
and
ship
they're
not-
still alive 2 weeks later on the same
Yeah,
ship.
that's what I'm
So
saying,
it was
they're-
well
they're-
provisioned.
I don't
for
think
the
it was
ship
well
that they
provisioned because
should.
they're only just going to make it after they've sealed everything up, tightened everything, plugged every hole. I'm like, this is a very poorly provisioned ship. Like,
They don't have
Well,
much money for extra shit.
for people that scream and shout about, you know, how much you don't fuck with air, you don't fuck with water, this, that, and the other, and they go on a ship that can't cater for 5 people that it's designed to seat for 2 weeks, unless you really tighten everything up to the fucking 10s and not the 9s, up to the 10s, like, then we'll just make it 2 weeks. Like, no, that doesn't feel like it's well provisioned, full stop. So I'm not surprised that Shed has no supplies.
Shed
Yeah.
has
It's
been
clearly
focused
that's
on
just how the ships
arms.
were run. You know,
Like,
the
it has
can
been
was
focused on arms that aren't there anymore, and then just coasting by for the rest of the time. and
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
money.
exactly.
I do give Holden some credit.
Oh.
Even though he
Shit.
Whoa.
handled that whole thing in the most like disappointing Naomi way. Like
True,
if
yes.
Naomi had been there to witness it, she would have looked at him with her hard eyes the entire time and silently judged him
Probably
in the way that I
vocally
did
judged
while I
it a
was
bit as
reading.
well.
I do, however, give Holden credit for saying to Shed, but you are our doctor. Like,
Right.
we need you to get it together because you are the doctor to us right now.
Right.
You're the
And
only one we got.
I liked how he was like, you know, and if that means we all sit and cry together, we can all sit and get drunk and cry together. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he wasn't just
just
like,
has-
you're a man, deal with it type thing. He
You
was
just
like,
said
you can sit and
credit.
cry.
That's like, can we actually do that? Like, drink tequila and cry? Like, not
Yes,
realizing that was
do it.
Holden. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like again, like credit to Holden. It's something weird we're gonna say now.
I mean, he got
Look,
it.
even a broken clock
He-
is right twice a day.
Like,
folks, so
he like fumbled into it.
If
but he
Naomi
got
didn't
there.
say go check on Shed, I don't know if Holden would have, let's be honest.
How is it that
he
he said like, hey
I just
kid?
said, I'm only here because told me to come and check on you because Naomi's worried about you. It's like, that's not what you lead with, Captain.
No. Leigh,
No,
says,
no,
hey,
he
buddy.
didn't-
He
exactly.
says, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
And then
leave
he
it at
says,
that.
like,
Hey,
I can't
buddy.
believe I just said, hey, buddy. And I was like,
buddy.
me neither.
I'm like, that's how I talk to one of my cats. I'm like, hey, buddy.
How is he an XO? How? He's never had to have a difficult conversation with anyone. Like, why? Why?
This is what happens when you're on an ice hauler for 5 years, just going back and forth,
Mhm.
doing it. You know, I'm not going to say
Golden.
simple, but like repetitive, not probably super difficult for your mind to
you'd
like.
still have conflict. You'd still everyone's trapped
Sure.
in the same boat together. People are gonna
Sure.
have personal conflict. You're gonna have issues. You're gonna people's family members are gonna die when they're on the ship and they can't
Yep.
do anything about it. Like all of those things are gonna happen.
That's
Like
what the
life,
captain was for.
life-
He was just the XO.
life is still life.
He
But
didn't care is all I'm saying.
Medic-
Not saying
med tech.
XOs wouldn't. but
That's not necessarily med tech responsibility. That's more like department head, XO.
I was
Having
talking
been
about
from some
Golden.
sort of ship structure, like the people who deal with the personnel issues are not the medical staff, it's the leadership. So that's hypothetically something Holden should do. But we're also seeing Holden struggling with like how am I, as the XO of the Cant, now the captain of the night, having this conversation with the person who is like in a mental health crisis. He accidentally stumbled, in my opinion. Well, actually, let me see before we say my opinion. Now, and this is actually a question I wrote down. Melindhra, what was your opinion of how? Because I think we've like talked around it, but we haven't like really specifically gotten into it.
We just looked at the beast
How
right
do you think Holden's approach to talk was Holden's approach to talking with Shed effective? And has sorry, that's more to later in this chapter. Next question is later.
Accidentally effective,
Okay.
I would say.
You know what I would say?
He skipped his human resources training, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Like, there's empathy, but there's no skill. You know, that's how I would describe it. He got there, and it felt very human,
Mhm.
but it didn't feel like someone second in charge of a ship like the Cant should behave. You know,
If he was a hot lady, he'd probably be, you know, right up in there making sure she was supported.
Oh God, that's so gross.
It's true.
That's the truest thing you've ever said.
I mean,
It's at least one of them.
Yeah.
One of the truest.
So Mel, what do you think about Holden's approach? I think you've like mostly said, but
Oh, you're asking
official-
whether I thought it was successful? We don't know, because all Shed did was grimace at Tequila, and anything that actually happened with Shed happened off the page.
it happened. He was successful in the short term, at least. He got Sheds like to come and be with the rest of the crew rather
No, he was
than lament
interrupted.
over the
He was
boardroom.
interrupted in the process of maybe potentially getting there, but he was interrupted because he had to go listen to a message.
Okay, all right.
So
Different opinions.
I think I think there was potential for him to have been successful, but again, interrupted by the duties of captain.
By Agent Johnson, as I've nicknamed him.
Yes.
What about my Johnson? Sorry, what?
It's so funny because his name was like, you know, that's Frederick Johnson, or whatever, you know, whatever it was.
Colonel Frederick Lucius Johnson, who
There we
is
go.
capable of putting a dot the size of your anus on people.
From
I would
Lots
like
of
to
anus
know.
holes dots in this book.
how far away was it? Like
We need
3
to have-
AU away or
I
something?
think our scientific conversation needs to be
Do you have a chart?
is the variable sizes of anuses in the future
well,
as a form of measurement. What is the plus or minus delta on anal sphincter sizes? And
I guess we could put that in.
would it be possible to miss a ship with your anus dot?
I mean, are we going to
You
go the
really
anus
get
was
your aim.
sufficiently large.
anisism route that maybe Earther, Martian, and Belter anuses are different because of gravity?
I mean, potentially
I would
gravity,
say
but
that
also
Belters are a little more oval.
circumstantial life decisions and enjoyments.
Thank you, Spuds. Glad you're not drawing
I'm
that.
not drawing that.
I mean, what unit of measurement is that exactly? And because clearly it's impressive.
So meanwhile, I don't have anything about anus sizes, but I do have something about what an AU is, because I did actually have to look this up. So it's an astronomical unit, and it is a measure of distance because space is so large that NASA and other people who, like, not just NASA, but people who study space have come up with this astronomical unit to simplify terms as they're going over longer distances, i.e. the solar system, galaxies, etc. So 1 AU is approximately 93 million miles. So if this is 3 AU away, that is
279 million miles. Jesus Christ.
right.
That's a long
That's a
distance.
big anus laser they have to use.
Yeah. So from the sun
Laser.
to Pluto is 40, almost 40 AU. Yeah.
Light year is over 63,000 AU. Holy crap.
Yep.
Wow.
So again, oh, and then we get parsecs also, because parsecs is actually a real measurement. But anyway, so like that's just the order of space measurements. So we go from AU to light years to parsecs.
Very cool.
And then anuses, but
Anus is
specifically
probably more on a
No, that's about the
specifically
dot, Mel. That's about the
Holden's
regular.
anus, though, specifically.
I think it's probably in centimeters.
Your anus. is-
I think it's really more about how good Fred Johnson is to get to the anus.
Or
Not
his
so much
tack,
about the anus
right?
itself.
Maybe not necessarily.
Where's the chart? That's Heather said that.
Next week we'll have an anus chart.
No, nope. I'm not making
putting
that.
my
I'm
business.
not
I mean,
volunteering for that.
Spuds has already said he's
You
not
don't
drawing
have
it.
to
So the
show the
only
anus,
other person
just
who's made us art is you, Leigh-A.
Yeah,
Just
so
the,
no
like,
pressure.
the traveling.
I made the intro, so I'm off the hook. So, you know. Amis, you going to get
I'm not good
creative
at
for us?
drawing. You all know this.
Okay, so Peter sent some calculations for us.
So an anus has a diameter of about 6.68 times 10
To
the
the
minus
minus
14.
14.
to the minus 14
Astronomical
power
unit.
AU. Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much, Skeeter. This is the important scientific information I was looking for today. So I was waiting for someone to actually give me maths. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Cool.
there we go.
Okay, so now that we have settled on that specific
Now we can talk
Anal.
about Agent Johnson.
anal side.
Well,
Now
can
we
we
can talk
really
about-
quick talk about a couple? I think we're going to get into Agent Johnson a little bit more before we jump to Fred Johnson. What was up? What was up with Holden staring at Naomi, looking her up and down? How'd you feel about that?
I mean, I think we've established he's a bit of a pervert, so
I think we've established he's a bit of a mess of a person.
Well, he is
and
a mess.
yeah.
He is not a person who should be in charge of anything. And when was this book written?
2011.
2011.
Between 2009 2010, it was published in June 2011.
Okay. And by two authors who are men,
Mhm.
Yes.
right?
Shocked.
So the thing I struggle with, and I really enjoy this book a lot, to caveat this, I really enjoy this book a lot. The thing I struggle with is I'm not sure if the authors are have an opinion about Holden's actions, have the same way I'm reading Holden's actions. I mean, obviously they're authors and they expect other people to interpret it, whatever. But it's like I don't get the sense that the authors are necessarily think that Holden's actions are as deplorable as I do. Like, I don't think they're trying to portray him as like a complete failure of humanity. But they keep giving him these characteristics that are him just like, well, of course he does that too, because he's just like the worst human I've met besides like the other ones. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily get the sense that the authors were like, yeah, this guy is just like completely the worst.
We can look at it.
I think they're trying, I mean, in my interpretation of the way that they've written it, I think they're trying to portray him as a bit of an everyman.
But he's coming off a bit of a douche.
An everyman, meaning like the character that you put yourself in the shoes of in the story as the through line that you hold to as like, this is just a regular guy. So I can sympathize with this guy because I'm following, like sometimes main characters are not super colorful characters because then you can't put yourself in their shoes, right? So sometimes they make the character a normal person who makes mistakes, so it's easier for the reader to put themselves in the shoes of someone. And I get the sense that maybe they're trying to do that with Holden, and I'm just like, you're failing because he's awful. So I don't
just
know.
think he makes dumb decisions basically. It's just like, yeah, he's not a good leader.
Yeah, but we're also I would think as a collective. I mean, speaking of Oliver Sears' comments, every man is a pervert. I don't necessarily think the authors are trying to portray that moment as him being a pervert. They're just like
maybe just
like they said Naomi is very attractive. You know, they described how very attractive she is, and then realized beer goggles Holden is looking at her in a way that a beer goggles person might look at an attractive person, right?
Possibly.
So I don't know.
Something. Well, and again, we're 10 chapters into the book, so I do want to put a raffo on this because it'll be when. It's not spoilery to say that one thing about these books is all of the characters that you see that like continue, whether it's through one book, through multiple books, like how many ever books Holden will. There is, even within the small amount that people are in these stories, there is character development. There's no character, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, there's no character that stays stagnant. Zero, in my opinion. So I have no problem saying like every character experiences some sort of growth, whether it's positive or negative. And this is something that like in why these like, as we do 2 chapters at a time, it's interesting to see you guys' perspective as the characters are developing.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I expect that. Like I fully expect that, but I sometimes how much he fucks up takes me out of the story, you know, and it makes me be just like, what's the deal with this guy? And why are they writing him like this? And like, how did he? And logistically, because there's so much logic in this story, and then like so much attention to detail as far as like realism and space realism. It's just like, why would this guy even be in charge? I don't understand.
He's only in charge, I think, because he was an XO. So now they're just like we talked about last week.
Because the captain's dead.
Yes, but I know, but like, why was he even an XO?
No, but that's
5 years.
Yeah, XO is not a nobody on a ship. XO is literally is like.
No, I'm not saying he's nobody. I'm just saying
he's
like
still in charge in some way.
Because
They're slowly feeding you information, so you're slowly getting more information about him. So you didn't even find out until like several of his chapters in that he was even in the Navy. So meanwhile, you're starting to develop these opinions about him. So like, and where
I judge him more for having been trained in the Navy and still being so awful.
Yeah, he's a terrible leader.
I expect more from you.
Because not everybody in the Navy is an amazing leader.
No, I don't think. No, that's
not
true,
everyone can be Leigh-A. Okay.
This is true.
I fully understand, and I know that. I know that humans are humans and that sort of stuff. Yeah. But it's just like,
it's still annoying to read.
Which is weird.
So it's weird. I want to address something Mel said. It's weird that you said it's not weird. I have a different experience when I read him, where you say, what he does takes you out of the story a little bit. For me, he's like the other side of the coin to Miller. You know, so Miller's like so precise. Everything is detailed. He has this way of looking at things and turning the puzzle pieces in his mind and analyzing the environment and like taking his time with things. And he's very considered, all while hiding his trauma of his ex-wife and stuff at home. And like, it's, you know, he's not the type of guy who'd be like, well, my ship just got blown up, so I'll blast out to the solar system that it was Mars. Even though I didn't technically say that, but I'll say it in a way that makes it look like I am saying that. He doesn't do that sort of shit, but Holden does. So, like, when I read Holden, he does the stupid shit. All right, it's just like, cool. Well, that's the stuff Miller wouldn't do. And then it's just like, it's a fun two sides of the coin situation for me. Sure. So yeah, like, so I don't think you're wrong for it saying and taking out the story. I'm just like, for me, it hits me that like the anti-Miller is the wrong way to say it. You know?
I think Heather's saying what you're trying to say is they're foils of each other.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's anyway. That's how it's coming to me. But
well,
yeah,
there's only 8 more books after this one to go, so we'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out next week. You know, so.
Oh yeah, right. Next week
we talk Agent Johnson. Can we talk Agent Johnson? I want to explain why I want to call him Agent Johnson, just because it's fun. Because I now think of Die Hard, where the FBI turn up and it's like, this is Special Agent Johnson, and Special Agent Johnson, no relation. And it's like a black guy and a white guy, of course there's no relation. And he just, the way he turns up and is like, look, it's, you know, fucking Sir Mighty Frederick Johnson, who, you know, is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, in my head, I'm just like, it's Johnson, no relation to Johnson. So I was like, Agent Johnson, just in my head. So but yeah,
so this is like the first like real unintegrated exposition dump that we've gotten so far. 96 pages in. Give it to us. What do you think? Yeah, I was just like, oh, they're just gonna dump. They're gonna dump for pages.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna straight up dump.
I'm just waiting for all the poop emojis in chat now.
They're just gonna.
Well, now you've said it, they will dump those emojis in chat.
Oh,
folks.
Please! It's not like we don't know.
But no, it's great. Like they give us so much interesting background on the conflict, like things that they've teased at, things that we like, you know, probably assumed those kinds of things were happening and were like shoved under the rug and that sort of stuff. But then there's this like Robin Hood character who comes out of all of that and turns it around. It makes sense why he became a hero to people. But yeah, I was a little bit confused about the Anderson station and some of the numbers, and in that, why did a station with 1 million people somehow, because they said Anderson station gave 1 million people water, and then later they said instead of a tiny way station, Anderson station with 170 rebels, it was a major belt rock with more than 150,000 people on it. And I was like, wait, Anderson station,
so Anderson
1 million people
had a smaller population. They did provide water, so it was very far away in the solar system compared to Palace Station, so it's fairly insignificant, but their contribution was minor compared to some of the larger stations, and which also allowed it to fall under the radar for some of these civil rights things. And so in the chapter they do describe it. And I do want to make sure that in the chat, like, yes, there is a short story that goes with this, a little novella. So let's be very careful because a lot of the events do overlap with what's in the chapter, but there's also more. So just want to be mindful of this. Like, and I'm trying to be mindful of this, like what was in the chapter and what wasn't.
So there was a novella written about this exposition dump?
Yes.
It's even more of an exposition dump.
Yeah. Like,
read it or not yet?
Oh, well, and Amis and I are talking about when we should, because there's a couple of novellas that already influence what's going on right now. So that's not a no problem. That's not a no problem. But this is just more for chat and people who are potentially going to comment later. Like, let's keep to what was in the chapter. Because there is a lot of information that's given. So Anderson Station is smaller. It's remote. The people. So think of it.
Am I right in thinking there wasn't a lot of people on it, but it catered to a lot of people?
They catered to all the people way
Right.
the fuck
Well, it
out.
catered to the people that were around there. So think of this Anderson Station being somewhere up like
This is like your delivery hub.
Arctic region of Canada or something like that, something that's very remote.
Right.
It's
Okay.
important to the people who are around there because it is the major station, even though it's teensy tiny.
Only station.
Yeah. So
The Wells Fargo wagon comes to the general store.
That's
It doesn't
right.
go to everybody.
exactly.
Is the
Right.
truck stop and
It was a
the
gas station, no pun intended.
A good way to think of it is Bear Lawn compared to Camelin. So it's the Bear Lawn of stations catering to this small region of people, whereas opposed to once you get to Palace Station, that's the Camelin catering to, the known world, essentially.
Right.
Is that was that a good analogy?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
I kind of guess so,
it's
yeah.
just like a way stop where that's their only chance to get more water or more food
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
not a huge place, but a big deal. you
Yeah.
know.
For the people that needed
who it's
it.
important
For
to.
the,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
people around it. Right. Yeah.
And they were getting screwed over by the corporations that owned them. And literally it wasn't a money tax. It was a tax on the air. It was a tax on the
Yeah.
water.
Everything.
So
And we know you don't fuck with air and water in
Was
the
the
belts.
tax on the essentials.
You don't fuck with l'aqua, okay?
Yeah.
thank you, Scooter.
Yes.
But yeah, well, and that has been again, the well-crafted narrative. The authors have been driving this point home again and again and again. So now you understand the context of this revolt that Agent Johnson, actually at that point he was Colonel Johnson. So Colonel Johnson, because he was a Marine for the Earth United Nations, went in and essentially had a massacre.
Yeah. On camera.
On camera.
Talk about this may be why he's sympathetic to Holden's
This was
mouth.
like Hunger Games, but not planned.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, Holden, just broadcasting your shit to the universe. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
See what I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, and that's what the station did. Like the station deliberately made sure that they were doing that Holden style broadband
Yeah.
to the solar system, and everybody saw this massacre. So then Fred Johnson retires, goes off, disappears for a couple of years, and comes back to help with a very similar situation on a different station. Whew, that was tongue twister.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one.
Would you be able to forgive him? Would you have trusted him in this other station? I mean, he's, he comes into this other station and starts trying to negotiate and make it better for the Belters. Like, would you trust him after that massacre, even if he's helping you?
Well, he's all about the belt. He's given up his citizenship when he went out there, and I'm the loudest voice in the OPA, and I'm so anti-war. I don't trust the fucking guy. No,
Okay.
I don't trust him an inch. I think he's a liar. He is one doth protest too much, methinks.
Where's my pen?
Nice. Okay.
He is a bad guy. He is Palpatine. Fucking right now, he's like, oh, look at me, Senator Palpatine. I'm doing good for Naboo. When really, he's a fucking Sith Lord in the background.
Okay.
I don't
What about you, Mel? Do you agree with Rob's?
I was enjoying your faces. I was watching both of them.
Well,
Leigh-A
it's
was
just like,
the
I was
problem
too
is
excited.
Leigh-A was too distracted by her pen, so I didn't get the full Leigh-A.
I was staring at the camera too much and not
Okay, I
the
want to back
faces.
this up a little bit because I've been a little bit like I don't know if you've seen previous episodes. I've been like, how can people just like broadcast to everyone? That's so crazy.
cell phone
had
coverage
an
in the future is really good. Okay,
I
so
had
it's
an
the only thing that got
I had
better.
an epiphany in this. Broadcasting to everybody is like social media.
It is.
So that's like what settled it for me. Is like because
Ah.
anyone posts like I'm gonna use BlueSky because we're just gonna stick there. But anyone can post something on BlueSky, right? And and literally anyone can read it, right? And it just depends on if it goes viral or not, how many people actually read it, right? So I've decided in my head to like make sense of it for me. The logistics of it is that like broadcasting is like posting on social media, and that's how I'm gonna just like so someone went live on social media and shared the video feed of the station, and then everybody shared it and watched it, and that's how everyone ended up watching this massacre happen, just like the things that we're seeing nowadays in our real life. You know, that same kind of thing keeps happening, right? People go live, and then everyone ends up watching it. He tagged everybody exactly, and I because I kept getting stuck on this, like how just like random people how can random people just have access to literally everybody? And then I realized, oh, it's social media, and that made sense for me. So if anybody else was struggling with that, there you go. I've helped you out. And if you weren't struggling for it, I've helped myself. So there we go. Let's just like
Noman Garden actually builds on your analogy. Broadband post is the regular post, whereas a DM
is
so he's building on your analogy.
Is the anus beam.
Is the anus beam. Anus beam is a DM.
Right.
Got it.
Man, I was getting away from Bliss and Demon.
So it's
DM me. I'm gonna have
instead of sliding into your DMs,
slip right in there.
Anyways,
right up in there.
Just leaving that there.
So
yeah.
Hearing all of this about Fred Johnson's backstory, especially with the transition from like a mass, like the what was it, the Sheriff of Nottingham to Robin Hood. What is your, like, as we're getting more information, how is your interpretation of the social system within the solar system changed?
Or hasn't it?
I mean, as I wrote in my notes earlier, we still have shitty healthcare unless you're rich. There's still rampant racism, and apparently there's old diseases that should have been eradicated are still around. So I don't think really things have changed.
Okay,
we're just in space now instead of stuck on the planet. That's kind of
I mean, yeah, I would echo that.
Misinformation.
It doesn't. I think nothing about my understanding of the social culture context of this world that we're in has changed so much as expanded, right?
Okay.
Like I think it's been yes, I think it's been on the same trajectory the whole time at through 10 chapters.
Yeah.
But it's like
these miles of pages we've read, people, like through all of those pages in this book.
Yeah, no, I think for at least for me, like if I'm interpreting your question correctly, at least for me, I feel like it's the same thing they've been telling us. We're just like honing in and learning more details that are reinforcing what we've learned.
Okay, so it's more of a reinforcement than any like.
Yeah, I don't think it's like blown my mind. Like, this is completely different than I thought, because it was very clear from the clues that were laid out in the non-exposition dump things that this kind of thing probably was happening, right?
Okay. Well, and that's my question, because again, it's been a while since I've read this, and I've seen the show first, so I had a lot of like out of context clues.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure that works. Based off of the show, because they do pull a lot of that world building or solar system building information earlier. So when I read the books, I already had a lot of information about the world, and I don't think things like I'm just fascinated about first time readers and like how it clicks in their brains. Because
it just feels like we live at a more expanded space.
Yeah.
You know, there are still evil corporations, there are still downtrodden people, there's still abuse, there's still all the horrible things that we have today. None of it. It's not like Star Trek. It's not like we eliminated the need for money because our driving force is to improve ourselves.
Right.
Doesn't mean every single person does that, but that's, you know, the majority of Star Trek.
Not the Federation. If you're in the Federation,
yeah, if you're in the
We're
Federation.
still in. I think we're still in our current reality. In the reality of this.
Yeah, we just live in the solar system instead of just on the planet.
We just moved out.
Yeah, we just got a bigger place.
We just got a bigger
Rob,
place.
you don't trust him, and Mel, did you say if you trust or not trust him?
So specifically about him, I do think back to the question that you asked earlier. I do think that we're clearly missing some details on why he was a hero based on just this one event. Like it feels like there are holes. Like I don't think we got the whole story because it seems like a little far-fetched that someone who everyone saw slaughtered people could just come back in and suddenly negotiate stuff. So I kind of get the sense that just what I don't know, because it's an exposition dump, is I don't know who the narrator is of the expedition dump. So I kind of made it think like, is it Holden? Like, because maybe it is Holden and this is Holden's perspective of what happened, but then we'll get maybe we'll get Colonel Johnson's perspective of what happened. Maybe we'll learn more about what actually happened in that 4-year hole, right? Of like why suddenly he was able to do this, right? Maybe that's the narrator of this exposition dump is Holden. So we're maybe getting a slightly earther focused reading of the entire story, but not sure. I'm not quite.
It's funny, like it's that gap, plus his statement of being like, I gave up my citizenship as soon as I came out to the belt, sort of combination of things where I'm like, you went out to the belt and fought pirates and then performed a massacre on orders, but apparently had given up your F citizenship by then, according to this I gave up my citizenship when I first came out to the belt statement. You know, and that's when I'm just like, something doesn't add up here. And like you say, what has he done in that 10-year gap, or what has he done in that gap between massacring the people and then turning up and being like, I'm just going to stop anybody firing a gun on this station? Like, it's a bizarre thing. Yeah, so it was you fought pirates for Earth, and then you performed a massacre for Earth, but apparently you had given up your Earth citizenship by then. It's the things. Either that's a really, really poor narrator, or there's something that doesn't add up there. And I'm like,
so the massacre happened, he disappeared, and then he came back years later.
Yes, I get that. But when he's like,
there are definitely missing details.
Yeah, but like when he's doing that whole Holden, I am the voice of the OPA. Everyone listens to me. I'm the one who wants war the least. I'm this, I'm that. You know, in that whole moment thing, he then says like, I gave up my Earth citizenship as soon as I came out to the belt. And I'm like, yeah, but when you went out to the belt, you fought pirates and performed a massacre for Earth.
No, he went out to the belt after he resigned and after the massacre. So so that your timeline slightly shifted.
I hear. We lost her again. No, I understand why Rob is reading it that way.
But yes, there are missing details. So
I do get why Rob is reading
it before he resigned his Earthership and all of that.
Yeah, I guess I'm less focused on that specific timeline and more just the perspective we're getting on this. And
so he attacks pirates.
Holden thinks he's a hero.
It literally says he attacks pirates in the belt.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the massacre. and then disappears for 10 years.
Well, so that was something that the Earth-Mars coalition did, because as like in what they're describing is as Earth and Mars are combating each other, like in having like basically a Cold War essentially, piracy and crime in the belt goes up. So they're sending out these expeditions to quell piracy, like trying to because what we see in the Miller chapter is there are all these places in the belt that are bougie as fuck that the Earthers and Martians have basically taken over. Yeah, it's 10:30, 10:20. We haven't even got to the Miller chapter yet. But yeah, so there's these places in the belt that Belters can't even approach. So what the Earth-Mars coalition does is they go out and do activities to protect those entities.
Right. That's not my confusion. My confusion is I gave up my Earth citizenship when I came out here statement. That implies when he came out to the belt.
I think maybe it's just the language.
When he came out to the belt was when he was fighting pirates.
The language is confusing. I think what he means is once he came out after Anderson Station.
After Anderson Station.
When he became his intention was to become a citizen of the belt.
Right.
But I think that's just a language nuance. And
there's a lot of them in this book, if I'm honest. How many times have I been like, the writers have written something that does not make sense to me? You know, that's fair. I feel like every week
I think they do a good job of like, I think the more we learn, like the next chapter, we get more insight that kind of like makes something that we were confused about in previous chapters make more sense. Like I feel like that keeps happening to me. I don't know if that keeps happening to you. But yeah,
it's more a case of I read something and I'm apparently not reading the words properly. Like, it's,
no. And they're putting a lot of information forward very quickly, and I think your criticism is valid. That it is,
yeah. And I think that Rob's reading is actually a perfectly valid reading of it. Leigh-A just has the foresight of all of the other.
And that's one of the reasons I am trying to do a little bit of course correction. I mean, like I do understand how that could be frustrating, and I have heard that criticism of first time readers of theirs, which I just haven't had this chance to like literally do a nuanced deep dive, because I'm just like, what do you mean it's confusing? Like obviously it's very clear.
Yeah.
That being his statement that made it sound like when I came out to the belt, I gave up my Earth citizenship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you were working for Earth when you came out to the belt, like, yeah.
And again, like
but isn't that interesting that it makes Rob like super suspicious of them, and so then that's gonna color his super suspicion of him is gonna color like all the future interactions.
Absolutely.
Which I think is going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, because it then led me on to a prediction about these 6 little tiny ships.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Oh yes, prediction, and then I'll go into.
Obviously, I predict that Johnson is basically Palpatine. But on top of that, I think these 6 little ships are actually from the OPS. So I'm just rolling I'm going to roll with my not understanding it right, and I'm just going to read what I'm reading and think.
I think we need to reset that. It's not that you're not understanding it right. It's that Leigh-A is she's sharing information with you to try and like clarify things from future knowledge. But your reading of something is not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Your reading is how you read it. Right? Your reading is your interpretation of what you read, right?
Okay.
And it created an entire thought process in your head. And authors do not control what you interpret their writing to be. That is not something the authors get to control. You read the book and you get it. So yeah, I just don't want you to get upset about that.
I'm not upset. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it, because if I'm reading a different story, I'm reading a different story. Like,
What I also want to say, this is their freshman novel. So this is the first novel that they've released. And they're like in any author's first novel, or even set of authors, like is going to have its bumps. They're not going
it's not like I'm not enjoying it. Like, honestly, if I just picked this up to pick it up and read it, I'd probably finished the book by now. Like, it's a really good read. I'm just clearly not picking up what they're putting down very well.
Yeah. But as I said earlier, like your point of like sometimes I'm confused about the timing and like everything and like what's going on. Like that is not a novel. Like people who have read this for the first time are just like, what? Wait, what? I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the language isn't clear or explicit because they're trying to do, I think they're trying to move the story. They're trying to move the story forward. They're trying to do character development and they're trying to do world building. And a lot of it's just a lot for like your first fucking book.
Yeah, it's cool. It's okay.
And
It's not a problem.
they do a great job. Like we're all obsessed with this.
It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
tell us more.
I will find my way through.
So you think Johnson's Palpatine and the six ships?
Oh yeah,
are-
sorry. Yeah, so the 6 ships,
are
I
OPA.
think they are actually still OPA ships. I think they're there to give Holden and crew no choice but to head off to the Dong. And hook up with the Martians, because then Johnson can manipulate Holden and like just get more shit going on whilst he looks like he's on the side of right. Quote.
And remind me, like, your prediction about who's behind everything is OPA's behind everything. Is that right? Am I remembering that correctly? Sorry,
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
OPA is the reason. Like OPA is trying to start the war.
Yes.
Is your okay?
Yeah. Especially like, and that regardless of the timeline, that's even more backed up by Mr. I am the biggest voice in the OP. I am the one that most people listen to, and I want war the least. Yes, I definitely don't want. Yeah, no, he was too adamant, protested too much, and I was just like, yeah. So. Also, I appreciate that the comments in the chat have now picked up on how I was like, yeah, they're flying back towards the Dong. So it felt very threefold appropriate.
I like that nickname.
Dawn.
Yeah.
I like that nickname for the ship.
Yeah, the Dong. Yeah.
So, okay, can I make a prediction about what I think the ships are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
So, my theory is that I don't remember what I said my prediction of who's starting the war is. I don't remember.
Did you make one?
I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I just have to find it. So continue.
I don't know if I'm sticking with my theory or not, is what I'm prefacing this as.
Okay,
But-
well, I mean, you're allowed to
But I
change.
don't think the ships are OPA. I think the ships are
The 6 ships specifically.
the 6 ships. Yes, the six ships that I think they're coming to try and put an anal-sized dot on the night, but they don't have the tech that the OPA does. Right?
CUMMING.
OPA clearly has some crazy tech.
They're coming. CUMMING.
So they have to like get closer before they can stick anything through the anus hole. Anyway, I think that those ships are the same ships as the pirates, just not quite as fancy, and they're owned by whomever's starting the war. And I think whomever's starting the war is like corporations. I'm gonna
So
blame.
not as fancy means not
corporations.
stealth tech.
Right, because we established that like it's not stealth tech, but it's kind of like I think it's
Stealthy.
I think they're related to the pirates. I think the 6 ships are related to the pirate ship,
And they're controlled by corporations.
and they're controlled by the corporations who are trying to start the war because of military-industrial complex.
And so what you're saying, because you're saying it's not the OPA is not controlled by corporations. It's something else.
Yeah, OPA seems clearly to be like the Rebel Alliance. Like they're trying to, from my perspective, they're trying to like make the belt to actually independent and capable of standing on its own feet and not having to be subservient to the planet people, to the Earthers and the Martians.
So why would Fred Johnson want Holden and team to go to MCRN, to go to the Dong?
I don't think he wants that.
I don't think he wants
He can't stop it. I think he knows he can't stop it. I think he wants to connect with them. I mean, from what I saw, he wants to connect with them to let them know that they're not alone, right? That because they feel really alone, right? They feel really alone, and you could see when they were drinking like a lot of them were like, why don't we just go to this guy, right? Like, why can't we just like, let's just skedaddle over to this guy, because at least somebody wants to help us instead of to fuck us, right?
So if Fred Johnson is Palpatine, and if the 6 ships are the pirates that killed Julie, and maybe
Well, now you're merging our theories.
yes, I am. That's exactly right.
Okay, all right, cool.
If
Just checking.
Fred Johnson is Palpatine, and if these are pirates, who would you want to go with? The pirates or Palpatine?
Well, based on my understanding of the chapter, if they turn around and try and get back to the pirates, by the time they do that slow down, stop, and turn.
Well, they've already said they don't want to go back to the pirates. What they want to do is turn to possibly Tycho.
Which is somewhere.
Okay, so going back to what I understood from the chapter was turn around. Right.
Sketchy fucking shit.
They have to stop and turn because they said that.
Yes. And by my understanding of the chapter, I didn't realize that was to go somewhere else other than the 6 little stupid ships. So again, how I read the chapter was, by the time they do that stop and turn, they get caught by Martians anyway. So like
I think that's basically what everybody but Amos is saying. Like Amos is just like, I don't want to fucking go to the Dong, which is apparently
no Dong.
I mean, I'm going to update the graphic.
He's definitely not bisexual.
No, but yes. So they
maybe he is.
Amos just really doesn't want to go to the Dong. And he's like, anywhere but the Dong, and everybody's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we are literally not fast enough. So
yeah. Everybody else is trying to logic out of it, and Amos is going off of like, we gonna die on that ship. Is what Amos is saying.
As he's like taking shots of the tequila and cussing a different cuss every time.
Yeah, and Ched's being useless. Yeah,
correct.
I mean, if you could like skip past the stopping and still getting caught moment. Pirates or Martians, or pirates or Palpatine.
Pick your favorite.
Does the knight even have a turn signal?
I think at this part I go with Palpatine because I think I at least seem to have a chance at negotiating with him, because Palpatine clearly wants something from me. So I have the chance of I have a better chance of survival if I have something that Palpatine can use, as opposed to ships.
Pirates just go for it.
Pirates seem like they just want to blow shit up.
Yeah.
But MCRN might be fine too, because their bosses are saying go there.
Well, but in Palpatine, i.e. Johnson, is telling the knight / Holden Naomi to go to the Dong, i.e. the MCRN. Wow. Okay, this is getting really confusing.
He's not telling them. He's just saying.
Sure.
I mean,
he's acknowledging that is the only option.
That's their choice. That's the choice they have. Yeah.
That is the only option they pretty much have. I don't know if we don't know if Johnson, i.e. Palpatine, knows about the 6 ships that are sketchy as fuck that Mel thinks are pirates.
Can I just say how much I love that we've embraced that Johnson is Palpatine right now?
We're just trying to keep our analogies clear.
Like, if this doesn't turn out to be true.
Can I give chat homework while we're talking about this?
Sure, give chat homework.
Use the term ubiquitous in a sentence. That would be your first sentence in a message, because as I was like, every time I read this or heard it,
I didn't even bother to Google the word. I was just like, I ain't never going to be able to use that word in the sentence.
Your first communication back to the world, whether you're under pressure from the Mars Navy, the Martian Navy. So use that term ubiquitous, and we'll pop up a couple of the good ones. And if you're following later, go ahead.
I love that word. I definitely use that.
Yes. Shout out to Skeeter. We have found a middle ground. Johnston. Talking
about the Doninger. I think we should go to the Miller chapter.
Was there anything else from Chapter 9?
We should go to the Miller chapter. I just want to give Amos credit for the last line of the chapter, because I really appreciated that, and it's actually my nominee for ideal moment, because he was just like, it was very much that embrace death, let's drink to our death kind of statement, and I appreciated it. Anyway,
it did feel like that, yeah.
He says, "I guess we'll fucking find out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he cheers, toasts everybody. Yeah.
This is true. So,
All
right.
So Miller, yeah.
So yeah, apologies. It's taken us an hour to get to the Miller
That's
chapter,
okay.
but apparently
I don't
People
think
want
we're
us to do
gonna
3 chapters.
We're only doing this to ourselves, essentially.
yeah, this is true. Yeah.
I mean, we've got things to talk about. If you don't
There's
have
lots-
things
Okay.
ready.
So I'd just like to say, and I put this in the chat earlier, but if Miller is that good at reading situations, right? If we accept that Miller is that good at reading situations, then Miller also is a Havelock's gonna die truther. Because he says, just don't get yourself killed before you get out of here, Miller thought. Right?
It's a double
Yeah.
bluff.
Gonna
It's a
die.
double bluff.
That's true.
He gonna die. I just
No.
want to
He's-
give myself
He's
credit.
very concerned for
We're
how
gonna, we're gonna
He's con-
think he's gonna die.
He's
not gonna
concerned.
die.
Because the situation is dire. He's concerned.
He gonna
Mhm.
die. Anyway,
Also, I just want to point out that like it was 9 minutes ago that Nomi Garden posted this.
Yeah, we still haven't started.
He
yet, yeah.
still haven't started chapter 10. So
so this is what I understand happened. Can I just like and maybe to speed us along?
Yes.
What I understand happened with the guy who was trying to steal money from the shop is he was pretending to be OPA, but he wasn't actually OPA. He was posing as OPA to try and use OPA's cred, which is clearly a lot, right? They're bigger than Star Helix, right? He was using that to extort people, but he wasn't actually part of the organization. And so OPA didn't know about him, but Miller told them about him, and then they took him out for posing as OPA when he wasn't OPA.
the person who got taken out, they did
Yes,
take out a person.
Mateo. Mhm.
Yeah, Mateo, the guy who was extorting.
Those are all assumptions you can make.
So that's what I'm saying. This is
Those are
what
all
this is my
assumptions
understanding of
very
what happened.
Yeah.
And I'll let Rob weigh in on what he thinks. And so the last very, 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 very last line where Miller says OPA is not moving in on the criminals, they're moving in on the cops, means that he thinks that OPA wants to become like the legitimate authority on the station, not some subtle crime boss. They want to actually run the station and be the governmental force on the station. So that's my understanding of what happened there. What do you think, Rob?
That's a better understanding than what I got from the chapter.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, we're half-assing a Julie investigation. Cool. And then we're off to chase someone for racketeering, for protection. But then we get there and the shopkeeper is like the least helpful person in the world, despite the fact he called the cops. And it's like, well, the last guy was fine, but I thought you stopped it, but maybe you didn't because you seemed confused. And then it's just like, he just goes to a bar and starts chatting to OPA, and the OPA guy's like trying to be slimy, but also is not making any sense whatsoever to me. And I'm just like, I don't really know what's going on at all. I don't really, but also I didn't get a chance to like reread this more than that first time. So I've had that one read and your refresher, and I didn't get a chance to go through it like I would normally go through it, like with a fine tooth comb. But I'm like, I don't really get what's going on. I'm like,
I think those are both good interpretations, both you and Mel's interpretations.
yeah,
That is
Like,
just chaos
that-
and you can't even tell what's going on.
yeah. There's like the shopkeeper cares about racketeering, but also is like, and I'm just going to call it racketeering, even if it's the wrong phrase. So I do apologize. People. But it also is like, but that's how business works. I'm like, then why do you care? And why are you calling the cops? You got a few months off. Okay, cool. Like, but if you're so used to it, is it not in your budget? Like,
Yeah, that is a really that part is confusing to me too. Like, why?
it was like he was trying to waste their time or something. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
I feel like he was calling them because it was an unknown person trying to collect money from him, where he's used to the old ones that he was used to, right? It was fine. I just did it then, and then all of a sudden it's someone new.
So I didn't think about Rob's very valid confusion part of that part when I was thinking of my theory. But if I take my theory and apply it to Rob's thing, it could be that the shopkeeper is OPA, and the shopkeeper wants to get the police to take out that guy because
that guy is an OPA.
The extortion guy, because he knows he's not representing OPA the way that the shopkeeper wants OPA to be represented. If the shopkeeper is pro OPA being legitimate government, he doesn't want to be extorted by some random asshole who maybe shopkeeper is low enough in OPA pecking order he doesn't actually know if he's really OPA or not. And it almost doesn't really matter if he's really OPA or not. He's not doing what big OPA's grand vision is. And so shopkeeper is like, maybe I can get the police to take this guy out because he's fucking up the plan.
He's fucking up the plan, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That could be one way.
It could be. I think
logic about how that makes.
It's like, it's really bizarre. Like the line of where is it? The manager, you catch them. The manager said, he's like, no, still trying to figure out who they are. And he's like, I already told you. There's pictures of them off the camera. I gave you his fucking name. And then Miller has to be like, well, do you think it's just him? Like, yeah, when we take a purse guy, that solves the problem, doesn't it? Type thing. And the shopkeeper's like, well, okay, well, fine, and then he's like, I already told the last cop. So another cop's been in about this, and now Miller's gone back. Like, I don't know. It's yeah. And then,
And what if we tied this one confusing but possibly clear situation to Rob's theory that, so if the OPA is trying to take over, this is also Mel's theory, your theories together and become more of the, government on series. So that, along with the possible 6 stealth light ships that are flying towards Miller, is that all part of it? Part of the plan, right? Maybe the ships are after the Mars ship. Who knows? Maybe the OPA is taking over the total solar system, which is what Rob thought in the very beginning, right? With the pirate ship and then the
but it was very clear from everybody on the night that, or at least the conversation with everyone on the night, that those 6 ships had absolute zero chance of taking on that Martian Navy ship.
Sure,
and the Martian Navy ship could have blown them out of the sky from where they were already. It was if this is the OPA trying to be like, we want to be the cops, which I'm not against in terms of this happening, this being what the chapter's about, I think it was more of an opportunity thing than a plan thing. That's what I'd say.
The extortion?
The extortion stuff, yeah. I feel like, some of the OPA, what are their plans of taking control of the belt and all that, was also to be like, whilst we're doing that, we'll also police ourselves and run our own businesses and run our stations and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of this is how it's all going to work out, and everything will be under Belter control.
Oh, it's an insurrection, essentially.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, you did find out, right?
A Fred Johnson, not bloody, nobody has to die type of insurrection.
Right.
But that doesn't mean Fred Johnson doesn't extort people.
Agent
going off how his image works. I still don't believe.
No, but we did learn that there's a Fred Johnson. He's not on series. I'm pretty sure he says where he is, right?
Station.
That's not series. So if he's OPA. And then we've got this theory of the OPA taking over as possible.
But you're going to have, it's talking about councils and stuff like that. You can't have OPA on a single place in the belt.
No,
in terms of management.
Yeah.
Right. My point is that could they not have planned to take over the station? It's not just random and organically happening, because there's obviously two stations that we know of already out of however many stations that our OPA like strength. I feel like there's a lot of strength there. Could they possibly have planned that and then have ships like those 6 ships?
Well, I do think those 6 ships are OPA.
Right.
Do you think? I'm curious, Rob, because I'm thinking about this and I don't know what my answer is. Do you think OPA is taking out all the crime bosses and the crime families on series? Do you think they're taking them out?
Good question.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure I have
don't-
an answer.
My gut says no.
Okay.
Not directly OPA.
Okay.
Like maybe Shadow OPA. Like
Okay.
Palpatine minion OPAs, maybe.
Some Darth OPAs?
Darth OPAs, yeah.
Darth OPAs?
Darth
Okay.
OPA.
Yeah, so maybe some Darth OPAs doing it. My gut. So, to be clear with my thoughts of the OPA, I don't think the people who are in the OPA who believe what the OPA stands for and want the OPA to like run the belt type thing, the idealists, I don't think they are the ones being evil, and the OPA is just like causing this war between everyone type thing. I think they've been co-opted by evil people. This is much like the general senators in Star Wars, being manipulated by Palpatine.
Okay.
The people like when he gets fucking what's his name? What's the guy everybody hates in Star Wars in the first ones?
Oh,
Anakin?
Gungan. Oh, sorry, say again, Leia.
Kristen Haydenson, Anakin.
No, the Gungan. Misa think Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. When they're doing like, if only someone would suggest that people didn't.
Or Jar Jar Binks?
No. I mean, no. But what I'm saying is like Palpatine manipulated Jar Jar Binks into going for a vote of no confidence so that Palpatine would become Chancellor.
This is a.
So I'm saying that like the people in the OPA that are all idealistic and this and the other
manipulating
they're being
regular
manipulated.
OPA people.
Yes, exactly. So I do think the OPA want to like run things and like take over the belt and all that sort of stuff. But I think their good intentions, their lofty goals are being hijacked. So yeah.
By who?
By Palpatine. And
the regular person's lofty goals of just peace in the belt or whatever.
Yeah, peace in the belt. Belders.
The OPA is not a monolith. The OPA. It's massive, obviously.
Yeah, it is. And this manager on series of the OPA, maybe he was like
cause rifts between Palpatine and Darth OPAs and the regular old Jar Jar Binks OPAs.
No, because they're working behind the scenes. Because there's no rift between Senator Palpatine and Jar Jar Binks.
All right,
when he becomes Chancellor.
We're getting a little meta in the Star Wars stuff.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. But like, it's all shadow work. So on the front, it's like I want peace. I don't want bullets. I don't want war. They're all doing that, and then in the background,
they kill Mateo.
Yeah, and in the background, they're like taking out crime gangs and things. They're taking out the people that could stop them. On the ships, on the stations. So like maybe, I don't think it's like the good OPA. I think it's the shadow OPA.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
So there's different. So
there's a hidden nasty secret OPA within.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a dark friend social, so to speak. Is that what we're saying?
It is.
They get together in little meetings of very.
All right. To make it Wheel of Time, the OPA is the White Tower. Okay. And Johnson and his lackeys are the Black Archer.
Okay. Gotcha.
Making sense? Does that work
Yeah.
better? Yeah. So we have the OPA and their lofty
Made a
goals
play to
are,
our
like,
crowd.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. So the White Tower wants to look after the belt, good things for the belt, all that sort of stuff. And within that White Tower, the OPA is the Black Archer, which is Johnson and his lackeys.
Okay, I have a question then. Follow up, if I may.
Of course.
Okay, so you've got Fred Palpatine.
Yes.
And then you've got the other guy in the bar who basically tells
our popped mate, our
pock-faced man who seems
yes.
pretty like he tells Miller like don't ever come back here. So he seems like he's kind of maybe at a pretty high rank in the OPA because he's commanding. Maybe he's a general. We don't know. But anyway, so do you feel Fred or who's ever running series in this OPA faction, are they like equal? Are they
No. Fred's top dog.
Fred's top dog. Okay.
Fred's top dog in the facade of being a good guy in the OPA. He's the loudest voice, most listened to. And in the shadow, Black Aja OPA, he's also
he
top
is
dog. Yeah.
Okay.
He's double heading. Yeah.
He's
Melody.
Aaron.
The toe PA. Yes, Novikan. Yes. The toe PA.
The combination an evil OPA faction to a toe apostrophe PA.
Yes.
Toe PA.
Oh, PA. Yes.
Toe PA.
That is good. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. And
Did you have a feeling, Mel, about the two, Fred versus whoever's talking to Miller in the bar?
At this point, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I have enough information to care about the relationship between the two of them.
I think Pockmarked Face Guy is a completely innocent, good faith OPA guy.
He seems on the level.
Yeah.
That guy. But he also is saying, stay out of our way.
Yeah.
We're gonna do things differently. Like we're not gonna play the normal games that you play.
We're not gonna be Star Helix. We don't want to get.
We're not gonna
paid
be
by
Star
others.
Helix. We don't want to do that. We want to do it differently. And he's like, get the fuck out of my life. We're not gonna have a relationship with
But there's
you.
no threatening. There's no, it's just I'm not.
I mean, I took that as pretty threatening.
No, but I mean,
That
like,
here
not
again,
a case
that's
of
pretty
like,
threatening.
yeah, but it's not like come back and I'll shoot you.
I mean,
Or
I
like
kind of read it that way though.
Okay.
Yeah, like come back and we will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's kinda how I read
It's
it.
how I read it. Yeah.
To me, it kind of felt like you just won't get back in.
Yeah,
The door
no,
is
I
barred.
Don't come back
You shall,
after me. Was
you
like,
shall not pass. You know.
Your ass is gonna get beat if you come back.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how I read it. I read it
Yeah.
as a warning.
Totally fair. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
So we have a question based off of you guys' comment about our hawk-faced gentleman.
Okay.
From Oliver's ears, the acne-faced OPA guy has no introduction for the most part. Do you think he becomes a significant character?
I feel like you don't ask that question unless he does.
Oh, well, I mean, but do you think Fred Johnson also becomes a major character? Is also the
Yeah, he's Palpatine. I've already said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's the second part of the question. Yes. Do you think Fred Johnson becomes so?
Maybe they're just doing exposition on the, unclear skin of the belt without clean water. I mean, we don't know. He could have just had bad acne.
Look,
It's a little world building.
his hole is not as clean as Julie's. Okay, so
I mean,
Maybe he's just been pelted with tiny belt asteroids his whole life.
yes, that's also very possible. Yes, maybe he has.
He was
a huge
gathering
amount-
miniature ice things.
He's got a lot of magnetism, and
Tiny
unfortunately, it
ice
draws those teeny tiny asteroids. To
Yeah, he has a tiny reindeer named Sven. He talks for him. He
Yes.
goes off into the asteroids. It's his tiny amounts of ice cubes and hauls them back, one cube at a time.
I have a random other question that has nothing to do with either Palpatine or Acne Face Man. Did you find that it was strange that Captain Shadid didn't care anymore about Julie's case? She's just like, fuck it. Just kind of like, whatever. Just she was like, here, I have this special case for you, Miller. Go do it. And then she's like, whatever. We're just too.
Well, I didn't then, but now I do.
I think if I'd gotten to my reread and my note taking that makes me think even more about things, I probably would have said something along the lines of, "It's a payday for Shadid." That is now not this. It's like, if you can get her back, you get paid this. But if you can get her back in this shorter time period, here's a bonus.
Yeah, maybe it's just so
now it's like, here's 500 quid for getting her back. But if you get her back this week, it's 10 grand.
Yeah. I
You
just
know,
feel
that's
like,
kind of how it felt. You know.
yeah, I feel like the whole Star Helix thing is just kind of, you know, it's like a shady cop security
Yeah.
station. Like,
She's like, the bonus is gone. I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
anymore.
bonus
But,
is
you know,
gone.
I mean,
just
it's
do enough to
true.
keep the guy happy. You know?
Like,
Right.
I probably
Yeah, it's just private security.
It's for profit.
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
And
that's
they
what
keep
that's what I was
right.
thinking. Like, you think about it from the business side.
Yeah.
They probably said our fee for looking into this is X, and the more time Miller spends on it, the more that cuts into their profits.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, that's a good
But
point.
also,
Because
there's
they
been
have to
no
pay out Miller for the work.
ironically, there's been no conversations about like what is there a payout? Like, is there an assumption of a payout on this? Like they've been talking about
He just gets paid to do his job.
this is just a kidnap job. So does he get paid extra if he like is
I
there
don't think he
I don't
does. I
think
think
he-
Captain
Miller
does.
gets anything.
No,
Shadid.
Miller gets nothing. But
Shadid
Captain
He gets
does.
more cinnamon coffee scented shit.
Yeah. You know?
Oh, I love this. Pinkertons.
Yeah.
Not Who All Wonders. Yeah, are lost.
Pinkertons?
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking maybe
In the when like all the westerns were happening, basically at that time, like as the railroads were getting built, there was this private agency that rich people could hire to go do investigations, and they did a lot of work out in the west, but also on the eastern seaboard. But it was the Pinkertons. It was before FBI. This was
They like PIs then, basically.
yeah, yes, and so it's rich clients could pay to have.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's you'll if you watch like that era of movies set in that era, you'll hear the name Pinkerton, and that's what they are. It's a private company. It is pre-FBI. It is not governmental. It's all private.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just wondering, do we think Julie, like, Miller's gonna even care after this? Like, he's too busy worried about like Holden and the shit, you know, that's happening. So this is just, and obviously Shadid
He at this point has a parasocial relationship with Julie that's
He
getting a little
does.
creepy.
I don't know if it's getting
Creepy.
creepy. Is it getting creepy?
It got creepy. It got creepy for me again. Maybe I'm just like extra sensitive to these things, but it got creepy for me when Julie was not Julie at when he was imagining talking to Julie about trying to work it all out, and she was not Julie at the age she is now. She was young, svelte, 18-year-old racer Julie. She was the kid Julie. And that version of Julie,
My confusion in the chapter didn't help me to
he
retain that information.
decided that was the one that he was going to like work through like his puzzles with, as opposed to his ex-wife, who is probably of an age with him. And no, he decided the like barely legal version of her was the one. And I was just like,
Yeah, that's fair. He also is obviously, I don't want to say attracted, but like he sees kids, and I feel like that gives him hope. So do we think maybe he's like,
no, because she wasn't a kid. She's like 18.
thinking of her in like in a more innocent way than the Julie who's possibly friends with the OPA? You know what I mean? Like, I want to talk to this girl, and you know,
she's old enough that she's been out of her home with her parents, mostly like non-consent, but also like they haven't stopped her for at least 3 years. So
clearly,
whatever that age is,
clearly what
he's still young.
He's seen images of her in distinct eras of her life, right?
Yeah.
He's seen her as a racer, and he's seen her at whatever age she is now. It's kind of irrelevant. The point is that he's not using the version of her that he knows she is. He's using the childlike, almost very legal childlike version of her.
That is.
I've just read that back, bearing in mind what you said.
Yeah.
To like look at it and be like, I see how that's come across you that way, and you're right, you can absolutely come across it. When I've just reread it now, I think the intention was she was more open and forthright then, and she didn't have the big secrets that she has now. clearly she's involved with something. There's secrets. Her parents are trying to get her back. She's hiding. She's in the OPA. The OPA's got shit going on. You know, and like, I'm so glad I looked at you just then, because now I feel like something's happened. Or have you just thought of a question?
Okay, I just have a question.
Okay.
And Heather just posted, he always refers to her as kid. I think he sees her as innocent.
I mean, that's fair. To me, it like just rereading that little section there, it felt like he was imagining her in a time when she had less burdens, less, you know, things in her life where she's like, I've got to hide stuff, or less things she was involved. You know, she was had a less complicated and a more open life, and thus would talk to him and explain things that he thinks that clearly, in his way of processing, he has felt that she is a key to certain things. I don't know.
So, Amis, what were you going to say?
So, going back to your theories on OPA from the past, you know, a little bit. Do you think Julie and her justice for Derek and Dave, do we think that Julie and them are following?
Sorry, guys, I have to leave.
Okay, love you.
Oh, okay. Bye, Mel. Love you.
Do we think that they're following specific orders? Maybe they don't know it's Fred Johnson or somebody else, but what were their orders out there on this ship? Why would they be attacked by a pirate ship? Were they on some special mission from Fred Johnson or maybe the leaders of Ceres? Because she came from Ceres, right? So, but Fred could be everywhere. It doesn't matter. But do you think they're on some special mission because they had those OPA documents that they got rid of?
Do I think they're on a special mission?
Or are they just out there and they just were in the wrong place at the wrong time?
For a second, I forgot about the prologue. Not that I feel like I've ever still understood the prologue.
I mean, prologues are meant to be confusing, right?
Yeah, okay. I think Julie joined the OPA for good moral reasons. I think she either found or got invited to certain parts of the OPA that made her go, huh? And is now trying to work through got it. Okay.
There.
I got really excited all of a sudden.
So we have good moral Belters for Belters OPA being unknowingly corrupted by Palpatine OPA and his minions and his Darth.
Okay, so Pockface OPA
Pockface is probably good. Pockface is probably just good standard OPA guy.
All right, by Palantine Johnson.
But Palantine Johnson and his Darth OPAs, the Topias.
Okay.
They are obviously corrupting the OPA. Julie and her little special team, have discovered this through Julie's connections and knowingness, and I'm watching a lot of faces right now as I say this shit.
I'm just animating what you're doing.
Yeah. And so they got busted, and that's why they had to destroy OPA documents, because they had OPA documents that started to prove that Palpatine and his Darfies existed. And they
pockmark OPA documents proving that Palpatine OPA.
Yeah, I not necessarily anything to do about. No, they just had Pop guy doesn't matter.
It's just
right? He's an OPA guy. Whatever.
He's random. All right.
He's good.
He's not related to Pockmark. Okay.
No, he's just a standard OPA guy. But Julie and her team found out that shit was going down, got documented evidence about it, and were trying to do something about it, and. Yeah, Amidala. There we go. And got busted by Palpatine and his Darth and his Topier. Yeah. So
okay, and so this goes back that you think the pirate ship was OPA coming to clean house.
And that's what he's been saying is that
the big pirate ship that blew up the Cant is OPA to start the war. They're starting the war. Okay. The whole thing with Julie and that little ship and the OPA and people turning up this and the other. That's the Topier trying to clean house and keep themselves to keep themselves hidden. That's a Black Aja cleaning up the leaks and the people that have found things. They're cleaning up. Are we still full Wheel of Time spoilers here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're full Wheel of Time spoilers.
We are full Wheel of Time spoilers here. I'm just going to say that one more time because I'm going to say a big one. Okay. The Black Aja Topier have found Julie, the Varen of the OPA. Okay. She's stumbled into some shit with or have brought friends with her or something like that. And has, now they're trying to clean house because they're like, fuck, you get busted. All right, we're going to keep you. Like, we're going to kill you or we're going to do something with you type thing. So, yeah, that's very separate to the big thing blowing up the cans.
So does that's separate from what blew up the can.
Yeah, what attacked the can, and that was planned. That was planned by the Topier Palpatine. Yeah.
And so is this just fun speculation, or are you making an official prediction?
Let's go for it.
Say fun speculation.
I mean, this is fun speculation, but I feel like it lends itself to a prediction.
Does the Topier control the Placentamon then?
I think Placentamon is just an evil experiment that the Topier have stumbled across. That is their.
And that's how they punish Julie and crew by sticking them in with the Placentamon.
I mean, maybe it just got loose. I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment on the ship.
Something to think about. For sure.
I'm not sure how Placentamon fits into everything.
Is this how he walks?
Placentamon. Fuck you guys.
This is me trying to balance the scales of my thought process. Like, do I lean this way? Do I lean that way?
Kind of wiggles around the room.
Yeah, it just kind of wiggles around the room like a little ooze side to side, So,
on that note, I feel like we should ask our IO questions, unless Rob, you have any other thoughts?
No. Like the chapter confused the fuck out of me. I will reread it again and write proper notes for it because that might help me. But it was a confusing chapter of like, what's going on? Because I feel like no one really knows what's going on in this chapter. Like, who's in it? I mean, so
it's a mid chapter, right?
Yeah. So, but anyway, yes, bring on the IO questions.
Well, and I'm making sure we're going through because, like, all my questions, like,
they kind of all blended together with.
Yeah, they've all blended together. I'm going through Oliver's ears and Heather's questions. So, for you guys in the chat, who watch it, if you want to submit questions to us ahead of time that we could potentially ask to our new readers, you can do that in Rob's Discord server. And we've got a spoilers channel in there under Threefold Talk.
It is labeled. I can see the channel name without reading it. It is labeled in the Discord server as. You scroll up to see it. Questions abound. It's a thread under the Threefold Talk channel. Yeah. If you can't see that thread, then just tag Leigh-A or Amis, and they will connect you to the thread so you can pop in there and ask questions. Yes, that is full spoilers in there for everything.
And as much as we will try to get to your questions, but obviously we have gone. But at least
a lot of times the questions are similar to our questions.
They are, and they're always amazing. But but we'll attempt to get to them.
And sometimes we get stuck on stupid things like, well, I thought that he gave up his citizenship before he went there. Like, Rob likes to get stuck on
very important detail.
30-minute gent on a Star Wars analogy.
Well, yeah, okay.
We've done Star Trek. Now we've given Star Wars its due, so we can.
Yes,
we're gonna hit all.
Just doing the balancing, So doing a little wiggle side to side thing,
We're wiggling, Charlie. We're wiggling.
We're wiggling. Yes, I'll show you at some point, Charlie. So, but yes, give me the IEO questions, and I will try to do justice.
I had to close my thing down.
All right, I got it. What is the most IL moment in the chapters?
Amos. Is it Amos who was just like, let's just drink and whatever's going to happen, fucking happen.
And I think Mel also mentioned that.
Mel said that, that is hardcore the most IEL thing. Like, it gives me vibes of the you know, the guy who's just like, well, all right, apparently I have told you, and he's like, well, you hang for this, because he killed some guy who had tattoos on his arms, and he's like, cool, and he goes to it, and he's like, there, it's gotta happen, what's gonna happen. So yeah, very ideal.
So would you agree that he also is the one that acts most like an Aiel? Is there anyone else that you think act more Aielish?
I don't think there's anyone who's more Aielish.
Billy Aielish, I would say.
I don't really think there was anything really Aiel. Anyone who acted very Aiel in this chapter, probably apart from Amos doing that, I would say.
I would also say Naomi does the very like subtle, like it's a maiden to a clan chief, like, go do this fucking thing, you dumb idiot.
She's more subtle than I'm thinking of Sulin to Rand, but you know,
she's more wise one-y.
Oh, but Sulin to Rand is
even wise one-ies are a bit more just like they kind of say it, you know.
Sulin to Rand is very different than Sulin to Ruark.
But Sulin never does it to Ruark.
Well, but I mean, like other, like again, like that might not be the best one-on-one character, but I feel like the people who the exos for clan chiefs, yes, like but they'll do it in private and be like, yeah, fucked up, go do this, and the chiefs will be like, oh yeah, I fucked up, I go do this. And so I think that interaction was very Aiel.
Okay.
In my mind.
Yeah, she
in
does.
In my mind, they can say what they like to a clan chief, so they would just be like, no, go fucking do that right now. They wouldn't have to, eyebrows and shit wouldn't be what was used, it would be words. But okay, cool, yeah.
You want me to take the next one, Leigh-A? You got it.
I'll take the next one. What's the stabbiest moment? And then you get the next one.
Stabbiest moment. Probably not Holden, but like something around the Naomi Holden shed sort of whole situation just felt kind of stabby, where she's like, you fucking ignored Shed and he needs it. But then I also feel like in the conversation he was a little bit to Shed, just like, dude, sort yourself the shit out. You know, like, you know, it was a little stabby there. To like him to Shed, Naomi to him. You know, yeah. I don't really know if there was anything else that would come close to being stabby in those chapters. Okay, cool.
I have one.
Yeah.
Oh, you go, Leigh-A. Go.
No, you first. You said it first.
Mateo's untimely death is probably the most stabbiest moment, I think. Mateo, they killed him at the end of Miller's
the person who extorted the shop owner.
Extortionist.
Oh, right, yeah.
They shot a gel goo thing directly in his eyeball and murdered him. Like, he showed up on the murder board.
Yeah.
Murder board.
Murder board.
They have a murder board. We know this.
My stabbiest one was it's a verbal stabby, and it's Amos's ability to curse 11 times as he takes the tequila and not repeat it.
Yes, 11 different curses. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Tequila.
Tequila. Yeah, fair.
I think that's another vote for, Expanse What Idol.
That's we've been talking in the Rob server about, so we are considering hosting an Expanse Idol, but that is going to be like way in the future. So just if you've got,
I do not have the spoons to host Expanse Idol.
Oh my god, Heather! Like, it's no more. There's only so many charts. I do have a chart.
There kind of is a murder chart, but it's more like a murder list. So yeah.
Really, we do
Mel's
have Mel.
murder list.
We have Mel's murder list, and actually, she just messaged.
She just sent us a message. Oh,
He's gonna add this to the
Oh,
murder.
so she's murdering the dong, essentially.
No.
The dong?
She's like, I was going to ask if you would accept everyone on the 6 ships. I think they are going to get ding-donged.
Oh, okay. So the 6 ships get ding dong. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they get ding dong from the dong? Is that what we're saying?
Yes. That's on that chart that I made, she thinks that they're gonna get all the murder faces from the dong, which I need to change from Mars to a dong.
Yes, and now must be a dong on the chart, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Your chart needs updating with them, yes.
There's also one last stabby moment that I think we should discuss.
Okay.
Of course.
The Johnson's anus laser pointer. That is a very long beam stab.
That is a powerful beam stab there, yes.
That is a very long penetrating time and space right to their anuses.
Yep.
This is true.
That's pretty stabby.
I agree.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll agree. All right. Misa, you got the last question.
Yes. The last IEL question. Feel free to chat to add your thoughts. Who earned G and who earned Toe? Besides the Toquila, which we know.
The Toquila. I think who earned G and who earned Toe? I think Captain Shadid earned some Toe.
Okay.
For basically saying to Miller, just half-ass it.
She don't care.
Like, she don't give a fuck, but she's still gonna make him do it. Like, if you don't care, don't get him to do it. But you obviously do want him to do it, so you do care. So don't, yeah. Like, there's she's being manipulated. Yeah, there's Toe there. Amis earned both G and Toe for the tequila
roll.
Tequila roll.
The Toquila.
The tequila roll. Yeah, okay. For the roll, apparently the shoulder roll is the thing now. So we're doing the shoulder roll. Who earned G? Did anyone earn G in this chapter? Naomi always earns G, so I feel like that's a cop out to say that at this stage.
Naomi
She's
does
just
no
like,
wrong.
It's good to acknowledge, but yes.
Yeah.
But also look for other people who have G.
Exactly. Was there any fresh G this round? I'm not really sure.
I feel like a tiny little bit of G
tiny bit
that Javi gave a little support to Miller. Like, are you gonna go, take care of this? You gonna do this? Like, I feel like he was like, you should really do that. Like, I think that'd be good for you to.
Robin for Javi for doing that.
Yeah, so supportive. Getting his back just a little bit.
Even though he really wanted to do all the things, he's just like, you know what, dude? I get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the paperwork. You go do that. Yeah.
You go do your thing.
Reminding him of his job.
Yeah, a little bit of G there. Yeah.
Fuck Shadi, go do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's still on Mel's kill list.
That's fine. He can still be on the kill list.
Look, you can earn G and be on the kill list, so.
True.
Yeah. So, yeah. I like that. So, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was actually, like, for better for worse, what we talked about earlier, like, Holden stumbled into it, but he actually came up with, like, in the moment, a way to reach Shed. So, like, the whole, like, whether Shed took it on board or not, like, Holden accidentally stumbled into it. Like, in those situations are hard. They're all tailored to the individual once you're going through all that trauma, like, not to bring the mood down a little bit, but that's just like really hard to communicate to somebody when they're in that breaking moment. Like, it's especially if you're not a therapist. So as somebody who has had to reach out to people in those moments, like, I can attest, like, there's a reason I pinpointed that earlier in the episode, was like, I, as a naval officer, like, and a leader in the various organizations that I'm in, like, that's sometimes I've been required to do that, and it's not easy. Like,
so what you're saying, Leigh-A, is when Holden sheds his exterior, that he might actually have good one-on-one interpersonal communication once.
And he might find a little smidge of G.
Yes. He accidentally stumbled into his own form of G. So,
all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I
like
think the fact that we managed to find a small, teeny tiny way that Holden might have found a small, teeny tiny amount of G, I think I should throw some memberships in chat for that. So there's my membership.
You do that while I go through the comments that our live chat users were using the sentence ubiquitous.
Yes, go for it.
Which is going to be hilarious because, first of all, I'm dyslexic and I'm a little tipsy and blind. So, Heather Sadai says, the hills are alive with the sound of ubiquitous spacing. And some of these are in context of what we said at the moment, so you'll just have to remember.
Yeah.
I'm not all who wonder are lost says, I'm not going to the belt because I hear placentamons. You made me use that word. I'm not going to the belt because I hear placentamons are ubiquitous there. Also, why I'm not going to the belt, even though belt is like my favorite place to go. Other Sinai says, let's say.
No, that's like Jar Jar Binks. Misa thinks the RPA is ubiquitous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for translating, right?
Yeah, I was like,
I remember seeing that during the Jar Jar Binks discussion. So,
I was going Belter with that, not Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Over his ears.
Oh, God.
Capital patrons, a ubiquitous presence on Palace, now seriously sets edition on series.
Palpatine's palpable patrons, ubiquitous presence on Palace, now seriously sets edition on series. Wow.
That was really good, Oliver's ears.
Oliver's ears also DM this to me so I can put it on Blue Sky. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That one's amazing. There's been a couple of comments. I've messaged people. Chat's been amazing today. We're gonna put those comments on.
So good.
Frank, who's been listening for a while, and I was like, hey, Frank, welcome. He says, thank you. I've been lurking ubiquitously.
Nice. I like that, Frank.
Right? So good. And then Oliver's ears also. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, that was a question. How old do you think the Milky Way is?
Oh,
nope. And then I've
33.
No.
Hello.
Sadai also says theories are ubiquitous.
Theories are ubiquitous. Okay.
I probably should have gone in reverse order, but
that's fine.
Oh, good. Very good, Foldies.
And then not all who wonder are lost says, obviously, Wheel of Time references will always be ubiquitous here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Always.
Always.
So, and then I don't think we have any ubiquitous. Yes, like lots of congratulations on lurkers and
nice. Good show. All right.
Really, really rang these chapters out.
We did, because Rob got stuck on minutia. Surprise, surprise. And also, I just, am really channeling my inner Allie by giving everybody weird names and weird situational.
It's fine.
Analogies. Shockingly, we are doing 2 more chapters next week, and I hope you're sitting down, folks, because they are a Holden chapter and a Miller chapter. Dun, dun, dun.
No, I can't believe it.
I just flicked through it to see the titles, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Holden,
Miller."
Okay,
you flicked through it.
Yes, I was like, it says Holden there, and then I literally just went like this until I then saw another bold, and it said Miller, and I was like, "Cool." And I did not look at the unbolded words.
I also have all of those written down in the number of pages between. So
nice.
Look at you being all organized.
I mean, I said that the past 2 weeks. But Rob just really wants to go through and see it on his own because
because I just want to see how often Mulder and Hiller come up. Molden and Hiller.
Mulder and Hiller. I like that.
Molden and Hiller.
That's another show. Okay?
That's another show. Anyway,
Good night, friends.
yes, chapters 10 and 11. Sorry, 11 and 12. 11 and 12 next week. We're in double digits, family. So thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be doing all of this. Obviously, if Big Wheel of Time news drops, we'll break into that instead and have a song and dance. But we'll be back next week for those chapters. Please go and hit up the comment section after the show, or if you're watching back later, we'd love to hear from you. Obviously, no spoilers, but throw in your ubiquitous comments or your thoughts about our theories. As long as they're spoiler-free, go ham. And we'll try to look at them and reply to them as much as I can. And I think that's about it. So, yeah. I think we're going to call it there. So, as we like to say around here, folks, until next time, may you always find love, water, and shade. Bye!
friends.
May you always find love,